So it's Photoshop 2021. They just came out with an update as of yesterday, October 20th, and they threw a bunch of cool stuff at us. Some really solid work with a sky replacement tool, and then some neat stuff with a new way to look at filters. It looks like they're going to be doing a lot more artificial intelligence going into the future, and some of it is pretty awesome, some of it's a little weird. So let's go to the awesome. I think that Photoshop's new sky replacement tool is, from what I've seen, and I put it through maybe 20 images, it seems pretty amazing. It isolates the background, it recognizes the objects, and it does a good baseline for masking the sky and making intelligent decisions on what to put the new sky in. So if I go, it's hidden under Edit, Sky Replacement, and you get this dialog box up here, and you can choose the different clouds, different skies, and you can load your own down here. So I can go plus and add my own. So like that one is one that I shot, and that's my own back there. That's pretty cool. And you could shift the edges and fade the edges if the background doesn't seem to fade correctly and blend correctly. You can adjust the brightness, the darkness of the sky, the warmth, so you can match the warmth a little bit, and then scale, make it the background image, your sky image, bigger or smaller. And you can adjust the foreground adjustments too, and change the lighting on that. You can see how it blends between the foreground and the sky. And then it allows you to output to new layers. You also have the ability to zoom in, so you can look at that, and you can grab the hand tool if you want, or of course press spacebar. And you can see how Photoshop did a really good job of defining the trees and the car and making it blend almost perfectly. I mean, actually pretty perfectly. It doesn't look like there's many errors at all. Maybe a little bit with the car, but nothing that I would really even worry about for most of the time. So that's a pretty amazing job. But this is also an easy photo. Another easy one would be this one, this one, where you have a distinct object and then you have a background. But it's pretty cool because they did an amazing job of blending the sky with the let's choose a more contrasty one, something like that. And if I press OK, that's pretty incredible. And one click did this, and it looks like there's basically no errors. It found all the chords that were hanging down. I've had other programs like Luminar do a pretty good job most of the time, but this seems to be doing better in all my testing so far. This one I know Luminar had problems with one time. We have a lot of barbed wire. We have this line that goes through, and sometimes some of the other programs that do sky replacements darken like the twigs and branches that go into the sky. So if I go to sky replacement, let's see what it does. That's pretty cool. Let's go to a dark, like something like that. Let's go ahead and look really closely. All right, so you can see that there's some of the house that it grabbed. So in this case, you could go in and you can go into the sky replacement brush tool, and then you could paint where you want to tell Photoshop, don't replace, this is not part of the sky. You can just kind of paint that part. It thought that this was part of the sky. I can make the brush smaller to get into those details, and that's a little bit better, right? Other than that, though, it really did a good job with these branches. The contrast between the branches and the sky looks just right. These are not super dark. It got the power line, and it did the barbed wire really, really well. Maybe it darkens some of this a little bit. So I could probably adjust the lighting adjustment. See that? That changes it a little bit. You know, so this would be one that is challenging, but for a one-click ability, it does pretty amazing. And it created a new layer, a group, and that would give me the ability to go in and make fine-tune edits, so I could bring that out more so the color is not darkened over here, and make some more edits after the fact. But for a one-click edit, that's pretty incredible. So the sky replacement tool is a big thumbs up. A couple other tools. So let's open up a picture, and these are the funky ones. These are a little weird. I'm going to open up a picture of me because I don't mind if I make fun of myself. So these are kind of experimental, and you'll find them under filter, neural filters. It's a fancy name. They're using artificial intelligence and like machine learning to compare your photos with other photos and do weird stuff. So if I zoom in and we go to the skin smoothing and I activate it, it's going to throw my photo into the crowd and then try to smooth the skin out a little bit. And you can adjust the blur and the smoothness, and you know, it's up to you on whether you think it's good or not. You know, it did a decent job. I think for one click, it probably did a pretty good job. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. Style transfers, if you find like a filter from another program and you have it applied to a photo and then you want to copy that style, it'll do it. Not something that I'm really concerned about right now. Some of these you have to download. If the cloud's there, you have to just click and then it downloads it right there. And then some of these other ones are super crazy. So Adobe they're working on things right now. They want to know which one of these we want to see next, why we want to see them. These are all in beta mode, and they are varying levels of crazy. And if you go to makeup transfer, for instance, and I activate it, I have my photo here, and I could go to a makeup transfer, and I could select an image, and I have a picture of Jason Momoa from Game of Thrones. It's going to transfer the makeup from over here to here. And as you can see why it's in beta mode. It's super weird. That's kind of wild. And you can turn it on and off right there. You have depth aware, colorize. It's kind of cool. We'll look at colorize here in a second. But the one that I wanted to show you that's really fun to play with, although it's also crazy, is this smart portrait. So I'm not smiling too much in here. And I increase my happiness level to 45. And let's see what it does. If it does a good job, remember it's processing my data, the data from the image into the cloud, trying to figure out what to do with this thing. And it rebuilt my whole mouth. That is pretty crazy, right? You could keep adding these too. So I could have let's make myself regular, but let's make myself old. And you've seen apps that do this, but not necessarily something that Photoshop has done. There I am as an old man. That's hilarious. Let's see if I can youngify myself. So we'll take myself to a younger, -50. Oh my God, that actually does make me look a lot younger. And this is kind of the regular, right? Without the, that's regular. Let's go back to younger again. So that's me right now, 45 years old. And then here's me at like what, 28? I don't even know. That's pretty wild. You know, and an interesting one that I liked was this head direction one. I can move my head to a certain side. Look, that's wild. That is so crazy. Look at that. That's not bad, right? It's not right. These are experimental, but it's not like the worst ever. Can you imagine where this technology is going to be in 20, 30 years? That's going to be absolutely insane. The last one I want to show you is the Colorizer, because I think the Colorizer is pretty awesome. I'm going to open some black and white images, and this would be great if you had some historic stuff. Let's see, where did I save those? Black and whites, there we go. So I'm going to open a couple of these. If you had some old historic photographs, it might do a good job. I haven't tested all of these, so let's go to one I know I tested that did a pretty good job on, like this one. If I go to the filter, neural filters, and this is one of the ones that's not that I think is doing a really good job. The colorize, you just click on it, and it colorized this black and white photo really well. It even added, it thought that this was maybe the sun going down, the horizon level, right? It added that glow and the reflection down here. That's pretty amazing. I like that a lot. A couple other ones. Let's try this one. I didn't try this one. It's got skin tones. It's got background. It's going to have a problem, I think, seeing what this is, but I don't know yet. So let's look. And let's go to Colorize. Turn it on. Let's see. Whoa! That's pretty epic. That is pretty awesome. And holy cow. That's something else. That was my black and white. It recognized the skin tones. It made a guess on the grass. Holy cow. Some of the stuff is ready for big time. Like, that's pretty fun. All right, so I have a field of sunflowers. I haven't seen this one yet either. Neural filters. Colorize. Let's see. Not bad. Not bad. You could. I was experimenting. If I go and pick like yellow, and then let's see, how do I do that? I could add it to. Oops, right there. Oh, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done that. There we go. So I could add a point on here on the map on what I think is yellow, and then it could add, you know, and I probably picked the wrong yellow, and you can adjust the colorization right here. But it allows you to go in like and make some adjustments to where you think you want to tell Photoshop what colors it should be using, which I think is pretty cool. And then I haven't seen this one yet either. Let's try it. Neural filters. Colorize. Let's see. See if it. Okay, not bad. Let's try. That's actually pretty cool. Let's go to the Colorizer and let's choose like an orange. Let's see, is that orange enough? Like a butterfly orange. Maybe there. And then I'm going to click in to the wing right there. Into a spot. Wow. Okay, not perfect at all. It made a little bit of a glow there. I think it did a decent job. It had a problem with adding more color to the outside of the butterfly, but overall it's pretty cool. So I guess my advice is just to go in. This is experimental, and you go into the neural filters and experiment away and have some fun with them. But the update to Photoshop is pretty awesome. I enjoy this stuff. So if you have questions, let me know. Please check out my community, Cameras and Coffee Cups. You can find the link below. Check it out. We're a really cool, fun group. Come and say hi. Love to have you there.